Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live, and a very good morning to all of you, and all of you a very happy Monday. In today's program, I want to discuss obviously the incoming new UK Prime Minister and the absolutely distraught UK economy they're about to inherit, plus how winter has finally come for Europe. But before we get into all that, don't forget these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research, do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out of the way, let's get started. So, hey, and good morning to you too. Yes, today is the day of reckoning for the United Kingdom, because at 11:30 UTC, the new UK Prime Minister will be announced. After what seems like months of a leadership contest. Okay, so it finally will be announced at 11:30 UTC. It's either going to be Truss or Sunak. I think the market is practically. Oh, good morning to you too. Good morning, Mr. Peter. I hope you're well, sir. I hope you're having a good day. Good morning to you too. So it's either going to be Truss or Sunak. I think the market pretty much has taken the the assumption that it will be indeed Liz Truss who will be announced as the new UK Prime Minister today, and she will obviously then start her job tomorrow. But what she inherits is a country which is never been in this situation since the 1970s. You're talking a country which has inflation in double digits, 10.2%. That's a 40-year high. Recession is on the horizon, and they have a severe cost of living crisis. So it is a huge thing they're actually inheriting. Absolutely inheriting. And I think the problem is the market is very nervous about Liz Truss. She's very nervous about her because she has said several things, like she wants to do tax cuts. She wants to review Bank of England's mandate, which is supposed to be an independent body, because basically she's trying to put the blame on the Bank of England for the inflation crisis we've got in the UK. But that's just one reason. They're not all to blame, but they haven't helped the situation either. And she's also very hard Brexiteer. Okay, so I think this is really spooking the market. I think the market's assuming she is coming in, but when it is officially announced, I think there's the cable bears, the sterling bears, will really dominate the market. As it is, and I'll bring the sterling up now. It is under that 114 handle. It's actually currently trading at you can see it here, currently trading at 1.1477. So under a key area of interest, which I'm keeping an eye of 1.14936. So there is nothing at the moment, it's very, very difficult to be bullish in any way whatsoever about the sterling. Because like I said, the market's nervous about Liz Truss and her actions, what she's going to do. She is inheriting a complete mess, so will give her that, but they're very nervous about her. Recession on the horizon. Cost of living crisis is really growing really rapidly. Don't forget, they said the energy bills by October, they reckon will increase by about 80%. 80%. year on year. So it is a very, very difficult situation in the UK at the moment. But anyway, at the moment, it's trading under a key level, which I'm keeping an eye on, 1.14936. So like I say, 11 a.m., the UK will find out who their new PM is going to be. What else is happening? Winter has come for Europe. Winter has come for Europe. We sort of expected this, but even still, it has really spooked the markets as well. And that is Nord Stream 1 is being closed indefinitely. Don't forget, on the 31st of August, it closed down for routine 3 days of maintenance. And there was fear that it won't be turned back on. And anyway, it's not being turned back on. They're actually saying that it's to do with an oil leak. That's why they can't turn it back on. And that's down to sanctions. That means they can't get the right equipment to fix it. But either way, the gas supply is not coming back on. And this is major for Germany. Yes, they managed to increase their stockpiles by about 85%, but it's not going to be enough pretty much for winter. And their businesses and households are going to really struggle. And there is fear now of blackouts as well. So this is really serious business. The energy crisis is finally really come home to roost. EU Council member, in fact, President Charles Michel, he says the use of gas as a weapon will not change the resolve of the EU and will accelerate our path towards energy independence. That would have been good a year ago. Doing it now is not so good. And Germany has also announced at the same time, they announced this over the weekend on the back of Nord Stream 1 being shut down, indefinitely. They've announced a new 65 billion euro aid package of measures to try and assist the rising energy costs. But either way, it's recession now for the EU is pretty much a foregone conclusion. And euro has dropped. It has managed to recover, and I'll bring the euro up in a minute, but it has dropped below, did drop below the 0.99 level for the first time since December 2020. So let's have a quick look at the euro and bring the euro up as well. Like I say, it has managed to recover slightly, currently trading at 0.991445. There's a key area of interest I'm keeping an eye on, which is 0.99267. Like I say, I think those prospects of it actually falling to 0.9500 is pretty much on the cards. And like I say, I am a bear on the euro at the moment because I say this is the initial energy crisis, but wait till winter really is here. Wait till we actually get to the November months, and then we'll see what happens. But anyway, the key area of interest for the euro is 0.99267. And like I say, you can also see this on a number of the equities as well. The DAX in particular is under great pressure as well, which is not surprising at the moment. And you can see in general, the market is pretty much spooked. S&P 500 still under an awful lot of pressure. It started coming under pressure after the US job report on Friday, currently trading at 3,922 points. The only saving grace for the market today, the only saving grace where things cannot get any worse than it is the fact there's Labor Day in the US. That means the US market is going to be closed today. So that really is the only real saving grace for the market. I just want to show you one more thing. So have a quick look at gold as well. What gold is currently testing that key level I've been watching, $1,711, but it's still way under the 200-day moving average, which is around about $1,713. So like I said, we still got dollar strength because we've got fear across the board, which is not surprising at all. Other things happening today. We have EU retail sales due at 9 a.m. UTC. So like I say, obviously with rising inflation, don't forget inflation is 9.1 in the EU now, in the Eurozone. So it'd be interesting to see retail sales as well, along with this energy crisis. But we've got other things coming up because this is such a big week. Tuesday, all right, we've got US ISM Services PMI. Expectation is 54.9. Previous reading was 56.7. Wednesday, we have EU GDP. Expectations to pretty much be the same at 3.9%. At the same time, we have Jay Powell speaking. And we all know what his speech at Jackson Hole did to the market. So that's another event happening on Wednesday, which is worth watching. And we have Canadian interest rate decision. Their expectation is to increase interest rates to 3.25%. The previous number, or where it is at the moment, is 2.5. So they have been pretty aggressive, the Bank of Canada. So that'd be interesting. Thursday, though, is the big one. For Europe and the big one for the market. And that is the ECB interest rate decision. Now, with inflation at 9.1, the market is pretty much anticipating for them to raise interest rates by 75 basic points. 75 basic points. Now, that, for them to do that, for a change, would be pretty aggressive because, let's face it, they've taken their time with interest rates. They've taken their time. Last time, they did raise by 50 basic points, where the expectation was 0.25, so they surprised the market slightly, but 75 is extremely aggressive for them. But what I think will be interesting on that day as well is the press conference. Christine Lagarde, she will be speaking, and we all know what a dove Christine Lagarde can be. So yeah, Thursday's the big event for Europe, big event for the market. I'll probably do a watch along for this event, for the ECB interest rate decision, and maybe a special for the press conference as well. See if we can do something like that as well, cover that a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be the big event. Friday, though, we have also got Canadian unemployment, but to be honest, it's all about the ECB, and it's all about this energy crisis. And today, it's all about the UK new Prime Minister. The markets, as they currently stand, as I say, the FTSE slightly negative, 0.12%. DAX is getting slaughtered at the moment because of this energy crisis, negative 3.05%. Eurostock 50 currently trading negative 0.23%. Don't forget, you can talk to me anytime you wish, or ask me questions anytime you like. Or simply say hello, like Mr. Peter and SMF 790 did, which is always very nice. Tell me, how are you? How's your day been? Do you have a good weekend? Like I say, today the market is only saved, really, to be honest, for any real dramatic lows. We're still going to have a lot of volatility in the European session, obviously, as more of this story develops about the energy crisis. But the one saving grace for the market today is Labor Day in the US. That means the US market is closed for holidays. So that's the one saving grace for the market today, I think, in my personal opinion. If there is no questions, not to worry. Don't forget, if you think of a question later, you can put it in the comment section on either Facebook. Oh, interesting to see what happens after UK. Yeah, it is. It will be. I sort of feel, to be fair, that maybe some of it is priced in already, though. I think the market is assuming that Trust's going to take over. But like I say, they are very, very nervous about her. Very nervous about her, because she does seem to be have some strange ideas, like the tax cuts to help with the cost of living crisis. It's not going to help. It is not going to help. So yeah, they are pretty nervous about her, to be honest. But yeah, it will be interesting to see, because that's due in a couple of hours' time. I was going to say, if you think of a question later, and you can put it in the comment section, either on Facebook or YouTube, I will see them. And I will reply to them next time I go live on air, which will be later this afternoon, which will be around about just before 2 p.m. UTC, because like I said, the US is not open today. But I will do a follow-on to what's carried on in the market throughout the day, and we'll look towards what's happening tomorrow as well. So please come along and join me at 2 p.m. UTC. Okie doke. If there is no further questions or nothing else, not to worry. Like I always say, if you're watching me on Facebook and you enjoyed this little video, by all means, give us a follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and you enjoyed this little video, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time when I'm going live. If you enjoyed this video and you've put up with me, my over-the-top enthusiasm for the markets, which I simply just can't help because I love the markets too much, then simply give me one of these. It's nice to know that you like what I do. I can see I've got a couple of likes already, which I really appreciate. Anyway, till next time, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand for entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.